Guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my Patreon subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about and discussing, well, Donald Trump 45, is he going to fake his death? And we're going to be talking about, is he going to escape to a foreign country? We've been seeing both outcomes with very high plausibility. We saw what July foretold for him, We saw how that went in 2024. So we're going to take a deep dive. This video is just for entertainment purposes only and for life purposes only as well. If you want to help out the channel grow, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. The more you watch this video longer, or you engage in some formality, even comment it in the comment section below, you'll be notified when I do post and upload. Plus, you tell the algorithm, hey, I like your content, show me more of it. Plus, you'll see other psychic tarot card videos and astrologies as well. So engage. Plus, if you want to be notified when I do post and upload, go to the comment section below or in the description, and you can follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group so you can be personally notified when I do post and upload next. Plus, you have a direct line and connection to me and interact with me if you have any questions. So, anyway, let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. Today is being recorded on Sunday, January 26th at 2:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is as of when I am recording this specific video. We just got done doing a video asking whether or not Trump is going to be impeached. Go watch that video first before you watch this video. That video is going to kind of be like the part 1 of this video. This is part 2 of the same video, except different topic, different title, but it's a continuation. Alright, so let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. I don't want to waste your time. But I do want to say thank you for your love, support, your kindness, and your appreciation. I do plan to answer the rest of you guys on the past 2 videos that I've done. So definitely hold on tight. You will be getting a response, but you should have gotten a response from videos from about more than 3 to 4 days ago. So you should have a response. If you have not already, go back to those videos and you should be able to see my response. I want to be able to give you the time and energy to be able to respond appropriately to you guys, because you guys took time into your own day to, comment. I want to make sure I provide the same energy back to you. Anyway, let's begin. I don't want to waste your time. We have a lot to get through. Alright, so let's go and take a look and see about the possibility of 45 faking his possible death. Is this the right deck? Okay. Alright, so let's take a look. So spiritual angel tell me, is 45 the current president of the United States, quote, president. The current president of the United States, 45, Felon 45, will he escape the country? Will Felon 45 escape the country to avoid accountability or possibility of accountability in some formality? We have here main mail, okay. Keep going, thank you. What else? Okay. I love when he laid these out for me. It's so good. Love it. Thank you. Okay, so the 2 challenges this way, and there's 2 more challenges this way, so we'll read them that way, but they're going to go up here to kind of see the whole layout. Alright, so this is the reading. What is the bottom of the deck? We're asking whether or not he's going to plan to escape. We have here the privileged lady in reverse, and then we have here on the top of it, we have journey. Number 10, journey. That should kind of indicate what the reading is, or the main theme of the reading is. Now, why is this important and why should I mention this before we start reading? Well, this is important that I mention that. Because the tarot cards, the way I read tarot cards, I don't really make predictions. Sometimes I do when I'm very confident in that. But I read energy and I read outcome, then I give you the most likely outcome, and I read it in multiple different ways. And I say, okay, if this is the way it goes, this is how it's going to play out. But if it goes this way, this is how it will play out. I always said, and I will continue to say that the tarot cards are never wrong. It's the interpreter who is wrong. So what I try to do is I try to give you as much information as possible of all possibilities and all different outcomes that I see, and we'll see what one we enter into, because time can shift, time can change. So my idea is to try to give you as much information, as much open avenues and options that we might head into to kind of show you where we're likely to head. And if we were to head in that direction, this is what I would expect to happen. And a lot of those videos where I did do stuff like that, they did really well, and they came to fruition. So this should be no different. I do that in all my videos, but this one would be an interesting one nonetheless. This one we're talking about right now, this early part of the video, we're asking what will he escape? Let's answer. Okay, so the first card that we got that came out, that flew out really, in essence, it flew out. It was the main male. The main male is important because the main male, it says the mature male. This is interesting because this is number 5, and 5 is kind of like that change. This is the mature male. The mature male, we all know 45 is not mature, so therefore he does not represent the mature male or the mature man in this aspect. It's reversed, which means this is representing him only in the reversed aspect. Why is this significant though? Well, it's significant because the next card that comes in is Great Fortune, right? And this is number 26. And the 26th card in this aspect here is going to be sometime if he was to decide to escape the country. He will do it in a time in which it's going to be before 2026 or during 2026 when he might pursue that, when the outcome don't look in his favor anymore in some way. It's followed by 36, which is interesting because we have 26 reversed, but the 36 is upright, which is really significant in itself because you would not expect that. You would not expect to see that type of situation. You would not expect to see 26 and 36 up front, which means that there is a new increase in number. Now, we have the distant horizon. This is somebody trying to escape the chain that's holding them down, trying to escape. And it looks like it's going to be overseas where he's going to plan to escape. So it's not going to be to a nation within the realm and the border of North America region. Now, however, there's a very high possibility that this could be on an island in North America. It could be on Hawaii, or it could be anything other than mainland North America and mainland South America. It could be anything else. It could even be Greenland, for God's sake. I don't think the people of Greenland will very much appreciate an orange man in their country. But that's without further ado. The next card that came out is underneath the distant horizon is the tradition, right? This is the judge, right? The courtroom. It's reversed. Will tell me he would be trying to escape accountability if he was to pursue this route. He would be under the impression of trying to escape accountability in some sort. Why is this important? Well, it's important because it's a lack of community. The thing that he did to the country, the Americans, and to the people, he disrespected these people, which is represented by the 39. Right? He disrespected the people, which means he did crime against humanity in some way. Maybe this could be like a world court. Maybe he's being held in world court, kind of like the Nuremberg trial, which I should actually read on because, it'll be really interesting to see. You know what? I might have to make that video right after this. Maybe there might be 3 videos that get released today. So we have the family room. And the family room is all about values, right? It's all about morals. And this is a young man, this is like a child-like mindset for the mature male, or the mature man. And you have the family rooms here, which means that he is considering this. But guess what? No one's in the family room waiting for him. Then this feels like the Oval Office, like no one's there. And it feels like he lost support by the time that he decided to pursue this. So if he were to pursue this, he would pursue this route and journey alone. He wouldn't be really with anybody. Here we have going towards the future, at least this card is, we have number 29, imprisonment. So number 29 is important. It's interesting because we have 26 reverse, which means great fortune, which means luck has run out, right? We said that many times in my past videos. His time has run out. We have here the distant horizon. He's going to try to plan to escape outside the continental region of North America and South America. And here's the distant, it's number 36. Why is this significant? Because we followed by the same 30, right? Followed by community, which is reverse, which means crime against humanity, or is this something too American that was so blatantly illegal, even globally, that it might cause a court trial, maybe within the United States or globally. But I'm going to do that in another video, so just consider the court case in this video to be in regard to domestic, which could be why he's escaping North America. Now, the 29th card is within the same number group at the 20s. So we have 26 reverse, which means great fortune reverse, which means bad luck. And what's that bad luck? Is being shined and shown here as imprisonment, which is 29, which is heading towards the future. So any card that faces in this direction is heading towards the future. Anything in this direction here, facing towards the wall, is heading towards the past. Now, what is in his past tense here? We have poverty. What's telling me this is somebody who is trying to be persevered, trying to just get by. Now, this is turned about riches. This is all about money in some way. So it has to be with imprisonment towards the future and not being in poverty or in Paris, which means that he probably put the community in poverty, which could make sense because it's also represented here at the number 37. 37 is within the same number group as escaping the country with the community or crime against humanity reverse. And then you also have here poverty in reverse, which tells me he might actually be walking away from the people, or maybe he did something that is so illegal that people can't even afford to live the lives normally. Like something has been altered. Maybe people's daily lives are altered. But again, this is just an outcome, right? There's many ways we're going to interpret this in this video. But that's the imprisonment card. Now, what's heading also towards the past, we have high honor. Right? Holding your ground, taking accountability when it's presented to you. It's reversed, which tells me no. No, because it's represented here by number 20. High honor, which is imprisonment. And you have the luck card reversed, and you have number 25 reversed as well, which is high honor. I'm going to say no. I feel like, in essence, this is indicating to me is that he is not going to do the right thing. He's not going to take accountability for his actions. We know that. It doesn't take a psychic to know that. But that's what it says here. Now, the next card is what's heading towards the future, unexpected income, number 27, which is interesting because that is a number 27, which is also part of the same subgroup category, which is heading towards the future, which is interesting because he is so rich by the time he tries to escape, which means he might have unexpected income, possibly, but not the least. He might have a hidden treasure chest where he can access money even if everybody restricts his account or financial strain on him. He does not get strained financially because he has the money to be able to maintain himself. So I feel like he'll be fine in that regard. So that's what that's saying. Now, let's look at it in an entirely different perspective. Let's look at the new, different way to look at it. The first card that we're going to look at is here, the Journey card. The Journey card is represented by number 1, which is number 10. The Journey card is heading towards a place, heading towards a destination. Now, where is he heading toward? He's heading towards new money. Something that allows him to be able to gain additional income in some way. Maybe financial packages. Maybe he tried to seek foreign dealing. Maybe this is how he tried to escape in some formality. Maybe he makes money. Maybe he makes a deal. Maybe he sold them out in exchange for, refugee status or whatever the word is. Here you have here followed by the high honor card reverse. Whoever he made this deal with don't see him as well or doesn't really like him. He thinks he's an idiot. And I'm just very blunt with you guys. That's literally what I'm getting. They think he's an idiot. They really do. And that's not my personal opinion. But that is what they think he is like. And they think that he is like a puppet or someone that they can mess around with, and somebody who is overly emotional but extremely intense and kind of like not emotionally smart, if you know what I mean. Here you have distant horizon. So yeah, he's heading towards that direction. He's heading towards the journey. He's heading towards that next destination, going towards your new destination, to your new ending, right? To your new place of location. Here you have the judicial in reverse, which means that he is trying to escape accountability, like we said prior. So what is he doing? He's trying to escape to a new destination, to a new outcome, where he can escape the final outcome here, or prevent this delay. Followed by the great fortune in reverse, which means that he does not have money, which means something starts flowing towards him where he cannot be able to delay the result, and because he cannot delay the possible outcome or the court date, he is going to seek other measures. So when you start to see accountability be possibly held within the United States, which I mean, you know, if it does take place, then he will pursue the route of possibly escaping, especially if he has financial strain or restrictions on his money or inability to use the money, and he will take other drastic measures to escape while he so can. And here you have the mature man in reverse, which means he is the world's leader. He is supposed to be the one leading the room, which is interesting because this is him. He's represented here as the mature man reverse. He has the world or the globe on his side, but he does not care about being a world leader and doing the right thing as a world leader. The reason why we know this is because this card, like I said earlier, this was represented by the Oval Office. He represented it as the White House, which means he does not represent the office of the presidency. Which means that he's going to escape the office of the presidency in some way. Maybe he might even leave office or try to escape office. How do we also know this, and how do we come to the conclusion? Because the family room also had 21. And 21 was also the year Donald Trump left office. And underneath the mature man reverse, we have here the community. A lack of support, lack of maybe disdain for him or who he is and what he represents in the United States is the community. A lack of support that maybe his life, if he stays here, will be drastically threatened to the point where he's unable and unable to stay here safely. Here you have heading towards the future, towards the office of the presidency. We talked about the plausibility of an impeachment, right? But this is the impeachment here, imprisonment. And it's heading towards in the direction of the office of the presidency, which means that impeachment he could still be held accountable if he is the world's leader, if he is still president. But then again, we said he is leaving the office of the presidency, which means that he might open himself open to an investigation, which means around this time he might have a window or a period where we might end up experiencing maybe he might have to be forced out or something, and something starts dependent, something starts going back, and court cases start pending against him or whatever it is. Something is going towards his direction, and that is impeachment. Being held accountable, whether that's within the United States or whether that is within the court system globally. That's something yet to be seen. Here we do have poverty heading towards the past card, which is interesting because it's moving away from the office of the presidency. It's moving away from the office of the presidency because this is just up and down. And this is from the diagonal perspective, which kind of goes towards the president role, who he is as an individual, which is with the mature male reverse. And you also have the great fortune reverse, with poverty in reverse, which as well going in the opposite direction, which tells me that he will find wishes in the office of the presidency, so he will probably be taking a lot of money. Maybe he will funnel money into his account through the office of the presidency with great fortune and lack of luck on his side. So that is the other interpretation that I get. I don't think there's any other interpretation. Is there any other interpretation, Spirit? Okay, they're saying no. So there is no other interpretation on how this could be read in this specific format. So now what we're going to do is we are now going to ask about, will 45 fake his death? Now, this is the first time I have read on this in almost 4 years. I remember nothing from that video. Nothing from that video. So, I will put the link to that video in the description below and in the comment section below, so you can go and watch it. But that video is extremely old. That is like the very, very beginning of when I started this YouTube channel. Whew. Sometimes when you don't have like a cushion on the bottom, the back feel a little bit better because it's more of like a flatter surface for a second. So we're gonna read on that. I feel like there's a lot more to discover. I really do. I feel like there's so much more that we need to do in terms of discovering and finding our path forward as a collective. I really do feel that. So I'm just going to pop these cards in, and then we will read on the next question. So in the meantime, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think impeachment is likely? Do you think he might try to escape? Do you think he might try to, die? Maybe fake his death? Do you think there might be a different outcome? And we'll consider them all. You never know. I'm gonna have to read. I don't think I have the energy right now to read on the World Court. Well, I have the energy. The problem is I have severe back pain sitting on this floor, and every day I'm waking up with like severe back pain doing that. But I think maybe I just need to get like a yoga ball or something to stretch my back out, because holy cow, this thing's like tight as a rock. But anyway, let's go and let's continue reading. Alright, so spirits and angels tell me. Let's go ahead and let's read on 45. Will he fake his death? Will 45 fake his death? Now, I don't know if I feel comfortable reading with this specific deck. You have your official person, which means leader in reverse. I don't know why all of a sudden this comes. Okay, perfect. I can't see the cards on that. Okay, now I can see. Okay. High honor reverse. Message. What is the message about the main man? Okay, so this is JD Vance here. What is he telling JD Vance? The marriage is over. Okay. That makes sense. Coffin here. Ah. Okay. Ah, perfect. Okay, so it doesn't exactly tell us where he's going. And we'll probably do that like right after that. But I'm gonna read you exactly what I'm getting, and it's gonna probably blow your mind. So we have the official person reverse, followed by the high honor reverse, followed with the upright message, followed by the main male, followed by the lover's card reverse, the marriage card reverse, the coffin reverse, the thief card reverse, and the main female upright, with the bottom of the deck being the main male, the mature man reverse. We all know who that is by now, if you watched the beginning part of today's video. And then the top of the deck here is the privileged lady in reverse. Okay, the same card that was there before. Okay, so will 45 fake his death? Well, let's go over it. We have the official person in reverse. This is the president, right? This is somebody in a high position of power. It's reversed. So this is somebody who is an official person, but not exactly an official person. He is considered illegitimate. Here we have the high honor. The high honor of being president, like being respected by the military. It's reversed. Again, what does this mean? This means having the high honor, the high opportunity, the high plausibility and possibility to be president. You are not the president, therefore you don't have the honor, right? You don't have the integrity of the presidency because you were never meant to be there to begin with, because people did not choose you. The next card here, we have the message. What is the message? Well, I'll tell you right now. This is number 7, the message. He is writing a letter to JD Vance. JD Vance is represented as the main male, right? The young male energy. He's represented here. This is JD Vance. What did 45 write to JD Vance? I'll tell you. Well, he wrote that, our time has come to an end, and that, the people no longer love him. And when he says these people, he means his supporters. And that he realized he can no longer get away, because when his people stop loving him, that is when he starts getting held accountability, and he loses power and his grip in government as well. Once he loses power with the people, he loses power in the government. And because he loses power with the people and the government, he has no choice but to escape or fake his death. Underneath the high honor card here, we have the marriage, the disunion, right? The leaving, saying, oh, I'm going to fake my death because, And, it's very possible as well. He could do both. He could escape the country and fake his death. That's a very high plausibility too. So going back to the reading. we have the marriage card, and the marriage card is reversed, and this is telling me a lack of a union. It's saying here, oh, we have to divorce, Makes sense though, you have to divorce, because essentially, it's the opposite of a marriage, which means the ending of a union, right? Trump and Vance is a union together, right? They are an administration apart together. If Trump wants to fake his death, he cannot still be president because people are going to know automatically, oh, this guy's still alive. Who do you think he's fooling, right? That's the ambiance that I'm getting. He needs to fake his death. Therefore, J.D. Vance will become the new president in this outcome, in this reality here. But that's why the marriage card is reversed. The marriage card is also saying here that he had disdain for the American people. Underneath the message card here, we have the coffin in reverse. Well, actually, the question is he going to try and fake his death? We have the coffin in reverse, which means, yeah, likely, because that is the message. That's the overall message of today's question is, will 45 fake his death? Yeah, he is, and he's going to tell J.D. Vance he's doing that. So J.D. Vance is going to be aware of the situation. Again, everything in this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for life purposes only. Underneath the main mail, though, we have the thief card, and the thief card is reversed. And the thief card is interesting because he talks about how he represented and how he stole the 2024 election. This card is reversed here, which means that it had not come to fruition by the time J.D. Vance takes over. Now, again, I read outcome. I read all likely possibility and plausibility. This is the outcome here if they're saying something does not get done. This could be taking place tomorrow, for God's sake, right? So we don't really necessarily know, but what it's saying is it's about the election. And at the same exact point, when he talks about the election, he's going to mention in his letter what he did, and he's going to admit that he robbed the main female. And this is Harris. He robbed her of the main female. He robbed the country of the first Madam President. And he's going to say that in his letter. That's what he feels that he's going to write a letter to J.D. Vance. Whether that is a physical letter or is that a word letter, or maybe it's just the way he stares at them, giving, like, you know how guys stare at each other and they just have an instant set of connection between each other. Like, you look at a guy, you nod, and the guy nods back at you. It's almost like saying hello, but you don't actually have to be verbal. It could be even body language could be enough to indicate certain clues. So, and you also have the main male here in reverse. So we all know this is talking about 45. We all know this is talking about 45, okay? You can't make this stuff up. What's the next card after? The child, okay? We said that he was a child. We said he would act like a child, right? That's why the mature male is reversed. And here we have the imprisonment. You can't make this up. You can't. Again, this is at the top of the deck. I think it's the top of the deck, right? And you have a message of concern. What is the message of concern for Trump? Unexpected income. So we talk about unexpected income, and we talk about unexpected income and how he's going to get money. I think if he was to fake his death, and this is a theory here, based connecting both questions I did, is that how he was going to be cut off from money, he's going to have to pursue a way to escape. Possibly, one of his ways to escape is faking his death, and then he leaves and flees to another country because his money financially in the United States gets cut off in some way, and he goes and uses his reserve, the financial reserve, elsewhere. That could be that as well. So now I'm going to read on it from a different perspective. I'm going to give you more information. Okay. So we have the official person in reverse. Why is this important? Because you have here the possible attempt. How do I know it's a possible attempt? Because we have the high honor in reverse, and you have the official person in reverse. This man is looking in the direct line of fire. The fire of the bullets, right, being blasted towards the official person in reverse. Which means he is aware of what is going on. Which means that will be how he plays it. He's going to play it as an attempt. If he wants to do it, he's going to do it through an attempt. Here we have a message. The message to J.D. Vance that he's going to be notified, hey, the president has been injured. You are now the president. Right? You now have to be sworn in. At the same point that all this is going on, he loses support, he loses power, because people are like upset about what's happened. Now his supporters are in an emotional turmoil. Or it might just mean that the Americans fell out of love with him. The Americans fell out of love with him. And you know what Americans I'm talking about. He didn't maybe not do what he's supposed to do, and therefore his supporters fell out of love with him. Also, the Lovers card could be as well if they feel a sense of disconnect between him and them. That could be that as well, which is why the Lovers card is represented here as reverse. And how do we know this? We know this because the Lovers card is reversed and is followed by marriage, which means a union, a cult. Right? Now, a marriage is not necessarily in a cult, but in this aspect, it kind of is, you know? That's kind of like the mindset of it. It's like once you marry, you're kind of stuck with them until you get a divorce. And that's kind of like what kind of like a cult is like. It's once you get in it, it's very hard to get out of it. And that's kind of like what that is and what it's saying here. So it's saying here that he's going to lose some support. And there's going to be obviously a lot of people upset, but there's going to be a majority who just don't give a crap. They really don't. And then there's going to be that small few who just feel like they've been relieved. And they kind of like feel disconnected. They don't really care because like it doesn't bother them anymore. It's like they moved on already by this point. They kind of like have a disconnect. Maybe the people who voted for him, some of them who voted for him, they just don't care about him anymore because they kind of just feel so desensitized to who he is. They just don't care if he gets attempted on or not. Here you have the coffin card is reversed. He is going to, if he was to pursue this route, again, the same outcome. He's going to try to do an attempt on him to try to get a certain message across to the people and across to J.D. Vance to say, hey, listen, he's going to be the new president. I want him to escape because I had an attempt on my life. You know, that's what he's going to do. Underneath the main male, though, we have the thief. It's going to make it look as if J.D. Vance didn't seal it. He was just the next line of succession, which is why the thief card is reversed. And then the next card here is the main female, which the main female in some way, in some capacity, could be the vice president of J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance could balance out his administration with a female, or that means a main female may have something to do with the plausibility and possibility of an advanced administration. And under here we have mature male in reverse. Right. So again, in this outcome, it does feel like J.D. Vance does take the role after 45, not Harris. It feels like if this outcome was to occur, it will occur when J.D. Vance is still the vice president, or a young male is vice president, and he will assume the office of the presidency. But that's kind of like what it feels like. Is there any other information that we need to reveal or read on? It's just good. Okay, so we read on earlier the impeachment, we read on the escape, we read on possibility of 45 faking his death. Is there anything else? Okay, we're saying that this is essentially it. That we covered all the questions that we need to do in this specific video. I'm just going to do a very small video on the court, like the world court, and see if they're going to do anything. I don't really have confidence they will. But again, in the past, I just said he was going to be held accountable in some capacity. We'll see what happens. But it feels like out of the impeachment and this, I feel like the escapism in both the faking of death and the plausibility and possibility of escaping the country and fleeing to another country seem to be more of the likely outcome through escape accountability rather than facing accountability. So that kind of like I kind of feel like that's where we're heading. That kind of seems like the more likely timeline than the impeachment at this point in time. If I had to bet money, I would probably bet this outcome would be more likely as of now. This is not a prediction, but a mere understanding of the energies and frequencies at play if everything did not change, let's say, years from now, and I would probably expect this outcome to be more in play than the other outcome if nothing changes. Again, like I said, it's not set in stone. It seems to be in flux still, so I would probably take this with a grain of salt. But you guys let me know in the comment section below what you think is likely to happen, and we'll see you all in the next video. Until then, I love you, and peace out, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.